Appreciate everybody coming. Again, I'm sure you enjoyed a very entertaining football game last Friday night. Very physical game played by two, very good football teams and, two excellent defensive performances. So it was an absolute battle around Thanksgiving, which was, again, probably really entertaining for the fans and supporters. And I know our guys enjoyed the challenge and enjoyed playing at Richardson Stadium. And this week we have a really quality opponent coming in with a big game with a lot of implications involved, and another big athletic physical team that I think this should be an absolute another battle and a great test for our team. So we're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Steve. And we'll start with Ian McAlpine. Ian, if you have some questions, you can go now.
Thanks, Ben. Morning, Steve. Thanks for talking to us again this week. Right now, it looks like the Gaels could have an undefeated season. I know you're not complacent in that, but what do you tell your guys as you're going to play two teams that you've already beaten? What kind of mindset do you have going into to try to keep the winning streak going?
Yeah, we're certainly just kind of taking it one game at a time, and you can imagine, and even just one day at a time. Ian, I know we've definitely kind of addressed that throughout the season. So there's absolutely no focus on undefeated. The focus is more just on Carleton. And I actually have a history in the AUS where you do play your conference opponents multiple times in the year every year. That's really the standard across every conference in the country other than the OUA. So playing someone again in the regular season is it's quite common. I'm familiar with it, and so is their coaching staff. And let me tell you, it's hard to beat a team twice. So that week one game, both teams kind of getting back after a really long layoff, and we snuck out a win, which was really good for our football team to kick off the season. But I don't know how much that has anything to do with what's about to happen on Saturday. Again, Carleton is a very big physical athletic football team that I think is going to come in here thinking they can beat us and geared up to beat us, and they're going to pull out everything they can. So we got to be ready for that, and that's where our focus is on, is just being ready to play them this week, and we're not looking forward to anything else.
Second quick question: you have a bye week after this week. What are your plans for the team during the bye week?
Yeah, we'll address that when it gets there, but just in terms of general philosophy with bye week, you definitely want to keep the competition hot. Get a good look at who you are. It's a good week typically to self-scout and try to look at yourself a little bit deeper and see what tendencies and what philosophy you're really hanging your hat on, and just get a better understanding for yourself throughout the bye week, and try to get guys healthy, and then keep the competition hot where guys are continuing to develop and roster spots are competitive still.
Very well. Thanks very much, Steve. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Next up is Jesse Bell. Jesse.
Good morning, Coach. Congrats on the win last week. Definitely a very physical game. Just two quick questions for you. First one is related to last week's game. We saw Richard Burton leave the game at the end of the third quarter with what looked to be a lower body injury. Do you have an update on his status for this weekend's game with Carleton?
Yeah, we don't have a true update, but definitely a lower body injury that's held him out of practice a little bit this week. So, it's still to be determined.
Okay, thank you. Let's hope it's just something minor. It was a great game, and that's a tough break. Good kid, good player. My second question.
Yeah, I'll make another comment on that, Jesse. Yeah,
Sure.
Richard is an outstanding young man and having just an incredible season. So, his likelihood of this weekend is still heavily in question, and we're just wishing him the best on his recovery right now.
All right, and my second question for you. We touched on this a little bit earlier with repeat opponents. You mentioned you're familiar with that from your coaching out east. Are there any major changes to the game plan in the rematch from the first time you played Carleton?
Yeah, there's going to have to be. You're definitely going to have to shake it up a little bit and show them some different things and a different way of attacking them, and they'll do the same to us. I mean, that's common. And and you really got to, play the what if game and get a feel for what are they going to do differently, and see if you can prep that a little bit this week. So you got to kind of put yourself into their mind a little bit. And, our staff on all three phases has been doing that. So again, it's going to be entertaining. It'll be another physical one. Last week was really, really physical, and I think this one will be the same.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Jesse. Next up is Jack Burnham.
Thank you. So I have two quick questions. My first one is something you've already touched on a little bit, and it's do you think that Carleton will provide a good measuring stick for how far this team has come during the season?
Yeah, absolutely. Every game now is a measuring stick for sure. And the key is just to play better than you did the week before. And if your team's progressing, taking steps forward throughout the season, that's ultimately the sign and the measuring of a very good football team that can compete at the highest level. So it's important for us to not take a step back, to play better football than we did last week, in all three phases. And I think, we're gonna learn a lot about our team after this game, as we do every week, but especially after this one.
And my second question is, can you speak to the attitude of the locker room, with Saturday being the big homecoming game?
Yeah, I think the energy around our team is really, really strong right now. There's a winning energy. There's a pride in the program and the spirit of Queens football. And there's a strong chemistry building within our football team, and a true brotherhood that's emerging that you can feel around every corner. So it's definitely fun to be a part of. I'm looking forward to, seeing it grow throughout the week and ultimately on game day. And our guys get excited for all games, regardless of the opponent and regardless of the location. But with that being said, there's certainly something special about playing at Richardson, and homecoming is something that's very, very special around here. I mean, this is one of the top homecoming environments traditionally in the country, if not the top. And, we talk about that for sure. We show the guys some stuff throughout the week, and, we run some graphics for them throughout the week and get them familiar with some of the alum. And, we featured one of our alum yesterday in one of our team meetings, and we'll have some fun tonight. Some of the coaches will, we'll wear some throwback Queens gear to practice and stuff like that. So we always kind of embrace the alumni and the tradition, and certainly, make an emphasis of that this week.